Hello. First of all, I'm going to apologize for 4.2 video notes not having any sound. Hopefully this works out a lot better for you all, and I appreciate your patience. I'll be back hopefully next week to see all of you yet again. Please be patient and enjoy these notes. Let's go. 4.2 was all about graphing linear equations. Linear equations are basically lines that when you graph them, you get a line. The other part of this is standard form, which is ax plus by equals c. Ax plus by equals c. Standard form, meaning you want to have the x and the y terms together and then the coefficient on the right side. So this equation would be considered standard form because it goes ax plus by equals c. For us, for this first set of problems, we're going to tell whether the ordered pair is a solution of the equation. So here's the equation, and here's the ordered pair, and for the ordered pair we have an x and we have a y. So I'm going to plug them in. So 3, and then instead of x, I'm going to write 3. Minus, instead of y, I'm going to write 4. And the question is, does that equal 7? 3 times 3 is 9, minus 4, is that equal to 7? Not today, it's not, so go ahead and say no for that one. Same thing on the right, you're going to label x and you're going to label y, and you're going to plug them in. So 2 times, instead of x, you're going to put 1, plus 3 times, instead of y, you're also going to put 1. Does that equal 5? Looking ahead, looks like it. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 3 equals 5 every day, all day. So this one I'm going to say yes, it is a solution because when I plugged it in, it worked. Next thing I want to do is to graph this equation, and a couple of things you're going to need to do. First thing I want you to do is to solve for y. Second thing I'm going to have you do is to make an xy table. And third thing I'm going to have you do is just graph and connect the dots. So plot the points and connect the dots. That's what you're going to do when you get to the graph part of it. So solving for y, getting y by itself, plus 2x. I know some of you guys just took a test on this. Ms. Fitzgerald obviously has not graded it yet because I'm not around. Totally missed you guys though. So y equals 2x minus 3. I'm going to make my xy table because that's step 2 of my list now that y is by itself. And my go-to numbers are always going to be -1, 0, and 1. Why? Because I get something on the negative side. I always want to work with 0 because it's easy, and 1 is also kind of user-friendly. So from here, you're just going to plug in the values that you just found. So -1 for x minus 3. -2 minus 3 equals -5. So now instead of just looking at this as an input-output table, I'm looking at this as a coordinate, -1, -5. And you'll plot that on your graphs. For 0, when I plug in 0 here, I'll get -3. Don't believe me, go ahead and show your work. I don't mind that at all. And then for 1, I'll get -1. My next step is going to be to plot these points. So plot them, please. Now, here's the thing. When you plot them, they should connect in a straight line. If you get a triangle, that means you absolutely positively messed up. One thing I can't do is count while I talk. So give me a minute. -1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 0, -1, 2, 3. Remembering that for each coordinate, we have your x, which tells us left and right, and your y, which tells us up and down. So this is also a coordinate, and this is also a coordinate. My last coordinate is 1, -1. And now, for this lesson, we do connect the dots. You absolutely positively will connect these dots. So, I'm going to tell you now because I am doing this on my computer. My line might not work out beautifully well. Love me anyways, please. I'd appreciate that. And then I'm going to put my arrows. And then I'm going to also name this graph because the name of this graph has a label. And we should use it. It is y. Oh. Y equals 2x minus 3. Although it doesn't matter if you write either this equation or this equation, just as long as it has a label on there, I will be very, very happy with you. Okay, keeping it moving. Next one, same steps, except I'd like for you to kind of do this one a little bit more. So go ahead and press pause if you don't mind, but if you feel like you might be struggling a little bit, I'm going to show my work in a lighter color so that you don't really need it. And I get 2y equals negative 6x minus 4. And then some people are checking all their stuff. I'm going to divide by 2. So I get y equals negative 3x minus 2. This is from chapter 3, unless you didn't do well with it. And then I hope that you come in for Math Support Center and get some help. Negative 1, 0, 1 are my go-to points every day, all day. So I'm going to plug in negative 1. I'm going to show my work for that because sometimes I get lost with the negatives. I'm going to encourage you to do the same thing with me. And this is 3 minus 2 equals 1. So in my absence, what I would like for you to do is, for those of you that are really confident with this, I kind of need you to step up a little bit and kind of help out the people that maybe struggle a little bit more, especially when you're in class and whatnot. Kind of just need some support there and making sure that your classmates are doing okay. If you are a classmate that is struggling with this, I need you to do a couple things. Either ask somebody that you know knows the material for help, or come in for Math Support Center, or go get a CSF tutor. But don't struggle with this, because I don't want you to. Mostly that's the main reason, but also because I want you to get this. And my last point is negative 5. So hopefully during my little ramble there, you were working out these numbers. Otherwise, you're just copying my numbers. But you can't do that on your homework. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. More to count there. Couldn't talk at the same time. And then you connect your dots. And if I had just that, I would get maybe 4 out of 5 points. But if I write the label, y equals negative 3x minus 2, now I'm at 100%. Onward. Vertical lines, so you know vertical lines go up and down, and horizontal lines go from left to right. Here's the thing, vertical, you have the letter x, and so when you have an equation that only has an x value, it's not like x plus y, or there's no y at all. It's just x equals some number. It's always going to be a vertical line because the value of x is a, which is everywhere on this line. We'll show you this with the xy table for those of you that want to see it. But another way to remember, though, is that when you have the x, you actually have 4 v's. There's a v going upside, it's regular size v, and then there's a v to the right, so that's this one right here. Then there's an upside down v, and then there's this v as well. So if you look at it, it kind of makes an X. And all 4 of these V's are yelling at you, and they're saying, vertical, 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 vertical. Why did I yell? Because I wanted to catch you off guard in case you were sleeping. Also because I think it's going to be funny if you're watching this and then you jump because you got scared. But I won't be able to see that, unfortunately. But it would make me laugh if you did. So vertical, always for X line. For the Y, if you look at the letter Y, if you just put a little rotation on that, you get H, which stands for horizontal. So anytime you only have a Y, you're always going to have a horizontal line as such. So I'm looking at this and there's a Y, so it looks like it's going to be a horizontal line, which means it's going to go from left to right. My only thing is I have to figure out, well, where does this line go, Miss Fitzgerald? It goes at -3. So go down to 1, 2, 3, and draw your line. Oh no, that's horrible. Okay, so pretend like that's perfectly on the line, if you would please. Y equals -3. Now for x equals 4, remember that one's going to be vertical. I totally wanted to just yell it to you right now, but I didn't want to mess with your heads. So vertical, 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 and vertical. The 4 V's are telling me that this line is going to go up and down. Question is where? Where is going to be at x equals 4. So if I know I'm going to have a vertical line, I'm going to go over to 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's the placement of my line. So from here you can kind of just connect your points. And label x equals 4. Say that you love it. Hopefully you can hear it. So now graph the function with the given domain. Yesterday we did a domain, or actually for 4.1, because I don't know when you're watching this video. But for 4.1, we did one with the domain, and it had very specific points. And I didn't want to know anything in between it. For this one, my domain is a little bit different in that they want to know everything after x greater than or equal to 0. So first thing I do is start with 0, because I'm always going to start with whatever number is here. And then I need numbers that are greater than 0. Greater than 0, 1 is greater than 0, and so is 2. You could use 4, you can use 5, but I'm thinking about the graph and not feeling like I'm going to have that much space. So the same way that we did for the other problems, you're going to plug in each value, and you're going to get 0 minus 2, which is negative 2. Do the same thing for 1, and you'll get 1, because 3 times 1 is 3, minus 2 is 1. Now, if I'm losing you here, I'm going to need you to work on the arithmetic just a little bit. And then 3 times 2 is 6. 6 minus 2 is... It's going to be funny if I just said that and then I got this wrong. So, next thing I want you to do is plot these points. Now, remember when you were graphing on a number line, you had either an open or closed circle depending on this equal to sign. Because it's equal to, you're going to have a closed circle at 0, negative 1, 2. So there's my first one. I'll show you an open one later. And then you have 1, 1. And then you have 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's the only trick of this. The only trick is you can't go past this point because this is your starter point. This is a very special point. You don't go past it. Oh, that's horrible. Try that one more time. Take 2. There you go. And then for this one, I'm probably just going to label negative 2 because that's where it starts. Actually, I'll label the whole point. 0, negative 2 for us. Okay. I'm not able to erase that, so pretend like it's gone. Beautiful. Let's try one more before we wrap these notes up. Yes? Say yes. Yes. All right. Thank you for your patience. So y equals 4, and the domain is x less than or equal to 5. So another way to look at that, so we know that because it's y, it's going to be a horizontal line, and it's going to be at 4. But I have a specific domain here. So let's take a look at that with our xy table. For the values of x now, I need values. I'm always, I know it says less than 5, but you're always going to start at whatever this number is. So 5, what's another number would be 4, and then probably 3. I know that I love 0, but it's fine. So if I plug in x equals 5, well, the equation says that y equals 4. It still says y equals 4 and y equals 4. So it doesn't matter what the x is, y will equal 4. But this very, very special point right here is going to tell me open or closed for this one. Because it's not equal to, it's going to be a closed circle. So, I mean an open circle. Sorry, open. I'm not going to be able to count because I have to talk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So right here at 5, 4, I have my special point and I have an open circle. At 4, 4, all the other ones are closed. This is the only one that's special. It's the only one you care about. Well, it's not the only one you care about, but it's the only one that really, it's the only one that matters for this. All right. Connect. Ooh. Okay. Sorry. Let's take 2 on that, shall we? Connect your dots. There we go. All right. Take 5. There we go. There it is. And there you go. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys, and I hope to see you at some point next week. Please be kind to your sub. Please represent me well, but mostly, keep me in your thoughts, keep me in your prayers, and for my family as well. Love you much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.